Hey, this is Corona Yoda, Dr. Martone here with some positivity, spreading some positivity in some light. Things that you can do to empower yourself to feel great, to not just feel great, but look great, right? So these are the things that I do on a regular basis to keep my immune system functioning optimally. And that's what it is. It's all about how do you keep your immune system function optimally, because you are the X factor. Now, here's one thing that I do. I love sleep. I'm a big sleep guy, and I've been talking about sleep. I've been getting some feedback on people about sleep. So what I'm going to do right now is give you some things that you can do to get a good night's sleep. These are some considerations that I take. Now, I know I might sound like a 3-year-old, but I have a bedtime. Yes, I know, a bedtime as an adult. That is critical. It is critical to be able to hold yourself accountable to going to sleep at the same time. And now that everybody is kind of stuffed into their homes and we have this quarantine that's happening, you have the ability to say, oh, I can sleep in later, so why don't I stay up later? Now, every hour of sleep before midnight is worth 2 hours of sleep after midnight. Let me explain that. Every hour of sleep that you get before midnight is worth 2 hours of sleep after midnight. And then there's a very specific reason for this. Within the first 4 hours of our sleep pattern, when we fall asleep, most of our healing is done in something that's called deep sleep. That deep sleep happens within the first 4 hours of sleep, and it has to be down at a nice deep level. Well, you should be in deep sleep before midnight. And what happens is at midnight and at noon, you have two energy spikes. You want to be in deep sleep before your energy spike. So that's why you really need to pick a bedtime and stick to it. It is way better. If you need to get things done, it's way better to get things done now in the morning time and wake up a little bit earlier than to get it done at night. I like the bedtime of 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Let's say maybe it stays out a little bit later, so 10:25. So pick a bedtime, stick with it, go to bed and wake up at the same time. Get at least 8 hours of sleep a night. So there's research that's done that when you get at least 8 hours of sleep a night, you are actually strengthening your internal immune system. So that's number one. Sleep, get 8 hours of sleep a night and go to bed and wake up at the same time. Make sure you're going to bed before midnight. Remember, every hour of sleep before midnight is worth 2 hours of sleep after midnight. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as the air's drier, we lose our water out of our bodies. So we get more dehydrated in the wintertime or when the heat is on, even then during the summertime. So that is a significant stress on our bodies. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of fluid a day, and 80% of that should be water. So, for instance, a 200-pound person should drink 100 ounces of fluid, and 80 ounces of that should be water. Super important to drink a lot of water. You can go only a short period of time without water, but you can go a lifetime being dehydrated. So another thing that I do is, remember, nervous system controls your immune system. So if you have a properly functioning nervous system that functions well, you're going to have a healthy immune system. I looked up chiropractic and alignment of your spine and immunity, and there's many studies that suggest that when you if you're walking around like this, right? And your spine's all jacked up and out of alignment, you will, because of that interference, hold on, let me take a breath. Nervous systems the spine should be nice and straight. When the spine is out of alignment, it affects the integrity of the nervous system, which affects the function. So if you are sleeping on your side, or you're listening to a phone and you're talking, you're watching TV, and you're in all these contorted positions and your spine's out of alignment, it affects your health and well-being. So keep your spine aligned, drink water, get good sleep. Now, live food. All right, Remember, I said that, well, I didn't say it now, but as the days get longer, as the sun is out longer, that energizes you. We are ultimately connected to the energy of the sun. In order for our bodies to function and be healthy, we need that energy from the sun. You can either get it on your skin, and you should also get it through your diet, through your nutrition. Live foods are significantly important to eat. You want to be able to eat live food. So what ends up happening is when, let's say, the sun transfers its energy to a leaf, right, or I don't know, an asparagus or an apple, whatever, and then that tree fruits makes a fruit, and then it transfers its energy to the fruit, and when you eat the fruit, you're ultimately eating sun energy. There's something that's called Kurland photography. What they do is they take pictures of food and you can see the aura of that food. Dead food or cooked food is less alive, which gives you less energy. When you eat more live foods, it boosts it has a big bright aura around it, and it boosts your immune system. So you want to eat live foods. I eat at least one salad a day. So get sleep, drink water, stay adjusted, keep that spine aligned, eat live foods. And then the last thing, this is critically important, and I talk about this over and over and over again, that your body, in order for your body to stimulate your immune system, or for your immune system to be stimulated and be developed, or to become efficient, it has to happen. Your body has to raise its core temperature. We call that, or people call that, a fever. So when you have a fever, it's actually the way that the body is stimulating the immune system. You can do that artificially also, or not artificially, but if you want to stimulate your immune system, you can raise your body's core temperature. I've been taking a steam room. It's so important to me. I installed a steam room in my house to elevate my body's core temperature, because by elevating my body's core temperature, I stimulate my immune system. You can do that also by, taking a hot shower, bundling up, but you temporarily boost your immune system by heating yourself. When you exercise, right, and you get that body pumping, what ends up happening is you're starting to build that immunity from the inside out. That is why it's so important to use heat. And if somebody's sick or you're not feeling well, get yourself bundled up. Get yourself in that heated environment. Now, another thing, one of the major stresses that happens, and you're going to start seeing that when we start to change seasons and people don't know how to dress. Like right now, it's snowing outside. The other day was 60 degrees or 70 degrees. People will still go out with short sleeves. For your body to maintain a core temperature of 98 degrees, it takes a significant amount of energy for your body to do that in a colder day, and it will deplete all of your other resources to do that. So if you're shivering or you're cold, at night, let's say you're not bundled up with blankets and you're shivering, the cold weather doesn't give you the cold. It's because your body's trying to keep itself warm and it suppresses your immune system. So that's another thing. Not like Mark Scapaci being down there in Florida where the immune system's all boosted because of that sun. And another thing, and thank you so much, Robin. Yes, exercise. Exercise is another great way. We talked about it a few minutes ago, but you want to exercise, not just, I think walking around the lake is good, but you really got to get that heart pumping. And this is what I recommend for people in order to lose weight. Your number one weight loss organ is actually your lungs, because you're creating an oxygen debt. You want to get that heart rate up. You want to exercise at a heart rate of 80% of your max heart rate. How do you calculate that? A simple calculation is you take the number 220, you minus your age, so let's say you're 20 years old, 220 minus 20 is 200, and then you take 80% of that, which would be minus 40, so it would be 160. So you can exercise at a heart rate of 160 beats per minute for 15 minutes or greater. So I like to exercise at that for about a half an hour, but you are pumping those lungs. You are pumping that heart. You're getting it going, and you are boosting your immune system. You're eating well, you're drinking well, you're keeping yourself aligned, you're sleeping well. Now we're empowered. Now we're like a health machine on the inside. Stay clean and be a health machine. This is, who am I? I don't even know. I have so many acronyms myself. Dr. Peter Martone, keeping yourself healthy. Be safe. Love your family. Love the people around you. Be well.